Hello my wonderful people, welcome to the #1 trending blog GistF TV where you get your legit gist from, and please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe so you can be part of this wonderful family. Today the gist we are bringing to you is one that has been shaking social media, Nollywood blogs and even fan groups, because Sonia Uch is back in the headlines again and the things being said about her will shock you. Now people are asking, is Sonia Uch antisocial in Nollywood? Many have observed that she doesn't really mingle much with her colleagues, she doesn't hang around in cliques or post pictures all over social media with other actors, and that has made some fans call her out, saying maybe she's too private or even a bit withdrawn. But on the other hand, others are defending her, saying her calm personality is what makes her different and that she doesn't need to be everywhere to prove her relevance. Even Desmond the Great himself came out to praise her, saying Sonia always wins hearts on set with her pure professionalism and humility. The most interesting part is that fans think they know Sonia, but the truth is she has another secret side that many don't get to see. Despite the controversies about whether she promotes her movies well or not, Sonia is still winning and climbing higher in Nollywood. People have even gone back in time, remembering when she once hired a street guy to play her husband in a film, and fans are still laughing and loving how real she made that role look. Now, fans are also begging for her to work more with stand-ins because the chemistry between them on screen is undeniable, and they believe another collab will be fire. But whether she collaborates or not, Sonia is already building her legacy. From being a quiet queen to finally getting her flowers in the industry, she is proving that she is here to stay. And trust me, what fans don't know is that her next move will shock Nollywood to the core. My people, stay tuned because Sonia Uche's story is just beginning. Now let's talk about Sonia beyond the surface. We've already touched on how people think she is antisocial in Nollywood. Some call her too private, while others see it as her strength. But why exactly does Sonia choose to stay that way? In an industry like Nollywood where attention, clicks, and even scandals can sometimes drive relevance, Sonia seems to have deliberately chosen a different path. She doesn't run into every controversy, she doesn't push herself into circles just to be seen, and that calm energy she carries makes people curious. Is she hiding something? Is she being extra careful? Or is she just focusing on her career and growth instead of unnecessary drama? If you watch closely, you realize that Sonia is someone who believes in letting her work speak for her. When Desmond the Great praised her for being professional and humble on set, it confirmed what her fans have always known: Sonia doesn't need to shout or force respect, she earns it naturally. This is why even when some people accuse her of not promoting her movies enough, the movies still trend, the characters still leave an impression, and her fan base continues to grow. It's almost like she carries an aura of quiet dominance, a force that Nollywood itself is beginning to respect. Now, let's talk about something people rarely mention: the duality of Sonia Uche. Publicly, she comes across as reserved, sweet, and soft-spoken. But insiders say she has a fiery, determined side that only a few close to her get to see. That's why Nollywood insiders often whisper that you think you know Sonia, but you don't. This secret side of her is what makes her strong, and probably what has helped her survive in an industry where women are often underestimated. Remember when she said she survived among women? That statement was deeper than fans realized. She wasn't just talking about competition on screen, she was talking about the silent battles, the industry politics, the jealousies, the cliques, and the struggles behind closed doors. For her to rise above that without being tied to endless scandals is proof that she knows how to play the game smartly. Let's rewind to a moment that still gets fans talking, that movie where she hired a street guy to play her husband. My people, do you know why that role still rings in people's minds? It was because of the realness she brought into it. That daring move showed that Sonia doesn't just care about big-name actors or shining alongside stars, she cares about storytelling. And that's one of the reasons fans respect her. Nollywood watchers often say, if Sonia Uche is in a film, expect authenticity. My people, do you know why that role still rings in people's minds? It was because of the realness she brought into it. That daring move showed that Sonia doesn't just care about big-name actors or shining alongside stars, she cares about storytelling. And that's one of the reasons fans respect her. Nollywood watchers often say, if Sonia Uche is in a film, expect authenticity. That level of dedication to her craft is why she's climbing and why she will not just be a star for a season but a lasting force. Another hot angle we cannot ignore is the fans begging her to work more with stand-ins. After their previous collaborations, the chemistry was so natural that fans were convinced something deeper was going on. Whether it was acting or reality, they made magic together on screen, and the audience has not stopped clamoring for a repeat. This shows the kind of star power Sonia holds. She can influence not only the storyline of a film but also what the fans demand next. But my wonderful people, let me shock you, do you know why Nollywood insiders say men in the industry actually fear Sonia's dominance? It's because she represents something unusual. Unlike many actresses who are constantly linked to men for growth or dragged into romantic scandals for relevance, Sonia is building her empire quietly. Apart from acting, she is venturing into businesses like hair extensions and other ventures, and that makes her independent in a way that intimidates some male colleagues. They know she doesn't need them to shine. And trust Nollywood gossip mills, once a woman doesn't need a man or doesn't bend to male approval, people begin to paint her as difficult or antisocial. But is Sonia really difficult, or is she just focused on breaking the mold? Now let's get into something even hotter, her love life. People can't stop speculating about her mystery man. Some say it's someone in the production crew, while others think she's dating quietly outside the industry. The truth is, Sonia has mastered the art of keeping her private life out of the public eye. Even when fans try to tie her name to Maurice Sam, she skillfully dodged confirming or denying it, leaving everyone guessing. That level of control over her narrative is rare in Nollywood, and it's part of why her fan base keeps growing. People love the mystery. They love the guessing game. And you can be sure when she finally decides to reveal her partner, it will break the internet. In fact, fans are already imagining what her wedding would look like, saying it will be a fairy tale Nollywood event. But one thing is clear, Sonia Uch doesn't want to be defined by her relationships. Fans recently defended her when some trolls claimed she needs a man to shine. They reminded everyone that Sonia's success so far has been built on her hard work, talent, and discipline, not on who she's dating. And truly, when you look at her trajectory, you can see why she might just be Nollywood's most powerful young actress right now. She's balancing fame, business, family ties, and personal growth without being dragged down by unnecessary drama. And then comes the question, what is Sonia's next move? People say it will shock Nollywood to the core. Could it be a blockbuster project? A major brand deal? Or maybe a move into international cinema? Nobody knows for sure, but one thing is certain, Sonia Uch is not slowing down. Her journey is still unfolding, and every step she takes keeps her in the spotlight. From being called too private, to being celebrated as Nollywood's quiet queen, Sonia has shown that you don't need to be the loudest to make the biggest impact. My people, one thing is clear, Sonia Uch is writing her own story, her own way. And whether you love her or criticize her, you cannot deny that she's a force in Nollywood right now. So, let's keep our eyes on her, because the gist is not over yet.